right, good morning, everyone. Hey. Get started. Yes.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman, members of the board, those in the room, and everyone watching on Charm TV. The June 18, 2026 proceedings of the Board of Liquor License Commissioners for Baltimore City will now begin. Please take this opportunity to turn off or mute all of your electronics. Do not be the person whose phone goes off in the middle of the hearing. The board is now in session. Just a few preliminary matters. Case number 2 on the docket has been postponed and will be heard at a later date. If you're here for a particular case, if you haven't done so already, please check the docket on the exterior of the room to make sure your case is being heard today. And finally, when you come up to the lectern, make sure you speak clearly and into the microphone so everyone can hear you and that the record is clear. All right, here we go. Jacob Leffenfeld and Ben Leffenfeld Field, LLC, trading as La Cuchara, 3600 Clipper Mill Road, Class B, beer, wine, and liquor license request for a hardship extension under the provisions of the Alcoholic Beverages and Cannabis Article, Section 12-2202. Please come forward.
Good morning. Stephen W. Fogelman on behalf of Field LLC. As you may be aware, there was a fire down by the JFX there on January 4th of this year, doing some extensive damage to the kitchen of La Cuchara. They did some fire remediation efforts. They've had the fire department and the fire marshal in there. They're getting work done, $85,000 work done just to replace the hood. They have been open, haven't been open since January 4th. So that means that their 180 days runs on July 3rd, 2026. What I'm asking is that you grant us 180 days after July 3rd so that the extension would be in effect until December 30th, 2026. Thank you very, very much. Appreciate it.
Okay. All right, any questions, commissioners?
No questions.
No questions.
All right. Based on your May 26th letter and the proffer you made today, I vote to approve this 180-day hardship extension.
I concur with the chairman based on your written request and your proffer here today by council and the information presented. I vote to approve this transfer hardship extension for this Class B beer, wine, and liquor license.
I will also vote to approve a transfer hardship extension for this Class B beer, wine, and liquor license for 180 days.
Ms. Russell,
No exhibits for the record.
thank you very much.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
I apologize in advance if I mispronounce your name. Zheng Ting, Charles Cow, and Jason Jose Acevedo Rosario, Castle Seafood Inc., trading as Castle Seafood Restaurant, 3720 Potee Street, Class B, beer, wine, and liquor license. Request to reopen under the provisions of the Alcoholic Beverages and Cannabis Article, Section 12-2203, wherein a licensed premises has been closed for at least 3 consecutive months. Please come forward.
Is there
the
someone here from this?
licensees,
Is it Cal, Cheting Cal? Not here?
They're
Do you want to
not
push to the end and just
here.
in case?
Yep, we can. We'll push it to the end. Alexander Rossi, Inkworks, Inc., trading as Coppermine, 5700 Cottonworth Avenue, Class BD7, beer, wine, and liquor license application to transfer ownership and location of a Class BD7 beer, wine, liquor license presently located at 5736 Falls Road to 5700 Cottonworth Road, requesting outdoor table service. Please come forward.
Good morning, Mr. Chair, Commissioners. Drew Tilden of Rosenberg Martin Greenberg. Thank you so much for having me today. I'm here on behalf of the applicant, and I'm also joined by Mr. Rossi, the individual licensee applicant. We're here requesting the transfer of ownership and location of the existing Class BD7 license that's currently approved for use at 5736 Falls Road over to 5700 Cottonworth Avenue, and we're also asking for outdoor table service. Now, this is going to operate as Copper Union, which is a pickleball volleyball social club. Just to provide a little bit of background on the license itself, so it was previously used at 5736 Falls Road as the Curb Shop. Coppermine acquired the Curb Shop site in 2022 and then converted it into what is now the Copper Cafe and Sound Bar. I think you all actually heard the Sound Bar's live entertainment back in February. So in 2023, a new Class B license was issued for the Sound Bar, and sort of in the shuffle of the transition of licenses, this license was not renewed in 2024. So there was legislation enacted in the Maryland General Assembly in 2025 that allowed this license to be revived and now is allowing us to transfer it. So a little bit more information on Copper Union. It opened its doors in 2024. It is a social club where you can have a membership. There's a couples membership, there's an individual membership, and that's, I believe, $35 and $55 a month, and that gets you access to pickleball courts, it gets you access to volleyball courts, and then on top of that, it also has a pizza area where there is seating, and that's where the alcoholic beverages are proposed to be served. Non-members can also come and play. You just have to pay a daily guest fee. Menu items currently include salads, wings, and an assortment of pizzas. And again, it is proposed to offer alcoholic beverages only in the area where this is going to be. And now I also just want to quickly orient you all. So this is just south of the Meadowbrook copper mine site. And it's just west of the Copper Union Sound Bar site. So court reservations begin as early as 8 o'clock a.m., and then food and beverage hours are going to be between approximately 11 a.m. and 10 p.m. is what's currently proposed. To prevent alcohol services, the applicant has a policy of checking IDs for everybody who's under 40 years old, and then there's also always going to be a tip-certified employee on site. The applicant has already shared its plans with the Sabina Matfeld Neighborhood Association, both at their October 15th, 2025 meeting, and then again on January 20th, 2026, and they offered no opposition to this application. Mr. Rossi here with me is the individual licensee applicant. He's also going to be the manager of Copper Union at Mount Washington, and he is familiar with this commission's rules and regulations and will abide by them. Just to quickly address the legal findings and standards, Copper Union Mount Washington opened its doors in 2024, as I mentioned, and it was already voted Baltimore's best pickleball courts in 2025 in the Baltimore Magazine, in part because it is a family-friendly area and it has food and beverage options. So that really demonstrates that there is a public need and desire for this license. The facility's sports-focused social club concept is unlike anything else in Baltimore City, and it really does offer a unique amenity to a broad array of residents. So while there are several other licenses in the area, the transfer of this existing BD7 license isn't going to negatively impact any of those existing licensees, and it's not going to give rise to a commonality of services. The addition of the alcoholic beverage sales at this existing social club is not going to have any impact on the health, safety, and welfare of the community. And so for these reasons, we respectfully request that the board approve this application.
Okay. Any questions from the commissioners?
No questions, Mr. Chairman.
Will you be offering some classes or just memberships?
Yes, I'll let you speak to that.
Please raise your right hand, please.
Do you swear or affirm under the penalty of perjury that the answers that you give and the statements that you make will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
And are you Mr. Rossi?
Yes. Yes, we're going to be offering classes, leagues. Right now we have a bunch of different classes. Like we have a Switch 3, we have Pickleball 101, and we have an intermediate class. We have all that type of stuff. And we also have some volleyball classes as well.
Okay. But you will be offering leagues,
Yeah, we have
just like bowling and all of that?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
All right. Any other questions?
None.
Okay. Based on the application materials, the exhibits that were admitted today and that were already in the file, the proffer made by counsel, In the testimony that was given today, I vote to approve this application to transfer ownership and location of this Class BD7 beer, wine, and liquor license presently located at 5736 Falls Road to 5700 Cottonworth Road with outdoor table service.
I also vote to approve this application to transfer this ownership and this location of this Class BD7 beer, wine, and liquor license.
I will also vote to approve the application to transfer ownership and location of this Class BD7 beer, wine, and liquor license with outdoor table service.
Ms. Russell?
Elizabeth, for the record, Board Exhibit number 1, business plan/hearing outline.
Good luck.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Ms. Tilden, were you at the Orioles game on Sunday?
I was.
Thought I saw you.
It's my moonlighting moment.
Okay.
Next year, we'll do it again.
Okay. I thought I saw you.
William B. Hughes III, Barracuda LLC, trading as Barracuda's Tavern, 1230 East Fort Avenue, Class BD7 beer, wine, and liquor license, request to add outdoor table service.
Hello,
Hello. How are you? What's your name?
William Hughes.
Can you please raise your right hand, please?
Sir.
Do you swear or affirm under the penalty of perjury that the answers that you give and the statements that you make will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Okay.
Hi, I'm here for the outdoor extension of my liquor license. I went through the zoning process, and that's all squared away. The community all supports it. We've been a part of the community for 17 years now, and the area is set up for that situation. My neighbor actually owns the area. I have that area leased. So with that said, I was here for permission to use the outdoor area.
I understand you're here to make sure that everything's done the right way, and we appreciate you
Thank you
coming
very
here
much.
and submitting this application to make sure that your license is done the correct way. Any questions from any of the commissioners?
No questions.
No questions.
Okay. Based on your application materials, the testimony that you gave today, I vote to approve this request to add outdoor table services to your Class BD7 beer, wine, and liquor license.
Thank you, Chairman.
I also vote to approve this application for extension, temporary outdoor table service, so long as you have a temporary permit from the Department of Housing and Community Development, as you said, I'll vote to approve it as well.
And I will also vote to approve the application as submitted for extended temporary outdoor table service.
Elizabeth, for the record.
Good luck. Thank you.
Best wishes.
Have a great day.
You too.
Jeremy Freeman, Eden Sports Bar and Grill, LLC, trading as Eden Restaurant, 6317 Bel Air Road, Class B, beer, wine, and liquor license. Violation of Maryland Code Alcoholic Beverages and Cannabis Articles, Section 12-2007A, after-hours activity prohibited in licensed premises on March 21, 2026, for engaging in after-hours activity. Violation of Rule 4.152, sexual practices and obscenity, on March 21, 2026, for engaging in adult entertainment without a license to do so. Violation of Rule 2.081 little I, renewals, on May 16, 2026, establishment open for business without a renewed license. Violation of Rule 3.034, records, on May 16, 2026, failure to provide a valid trader's license. And finally, violation of Rule 3.081B, sanitation and safety, on May 16, 2026, for having hookah lit inside the establishment in violation of the Clean Indoor Air Act. Everyone, please come forward.
Good morning.
Good morning. Stephen W. Fogelman on behalf of the licensee, Jeremy Freeman, here this morning. We're going to go ahead and it'll be an admission as to all, and we'd like to explain what's going on and what fixes have been put in place.
I'm eager to hear that. Go ahead. Everyone that's going to testify, please raise your right hand. Even if it's a possibility that you may testify, raise your right hand. Are any your clients going to testify or no?
Jeremy, I don't know.
And yeah, agents that might testify in future cases too.
Are you going to testify?
In reference to?
Raise your right hand just in case.
Okay, all right.
Do you swear or affirm under the penalty of perjury that the answers that you give and the statements that you make will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
All right, go ahead. Good morning.
Agent Tuttle, Baltimore City Liquor Board. On March 21st, 2026, BLC investigators and sheriff's deputies conducted an after-hours operation at the establishment known as Eden Restaurant located at 6317 Bel Air Road after receiving numerous 311 complaints and BPD requests regarding alleged after-hour operations occurring in the rear portion of the building. At approximately 3 a.m., undercover deputies were able to gain access past security guards posted at the door and gain entrance into the rear of the establishment through the side door. Once inside, they observed a nude female and multiple people inside. Upon seeing the establishment open and operating, they informed the rest of the deputies to enter. Sheriffs entered the establishment, made contact with the person in charge. The establishment was ordered to close for the night. Establishment closed, and BLC staff left deputies there and left without further incident.
Thank you. No questions of the agent.
Okay. Can we just go through maybe all of them?
Okay.
And we'll make a ruling at the end.
Agent Tuttle, Baltimore City Liquor Board. On May 16, 2026, at approximately 12:54, the Social Club Task Force conducted a joint inspection at the establishment known as D&M Sports Bar, also known as Eden Lounge, located at 6317 Bel Air Road, regarding suspected after-hours operations occurring in the rear portion of the establishment. Upon entering the establishment, I observed multiple patrons smoking charcoal, hookah, and standing while consuming beverages throughout the premises. I observed a rear door leading to the back room. Inside this area, patrons were observed sitting, drinking alcohol beverages, smoking charcoal, hookah. I also observed a fully operational bar set up in this area. Additional staff observed a large bag of suspected marijuana placed on one of the tables. I made contact with the manager and the person in charge, identified as Mr. Michael David Kennedy, and requested updated liquor license and trader's license, as the licenses displayed were expired. Mr. Kennedy stated that he had requested and been granted a transfer hardship extension to continue operating, and he had not yet completed the transfer. Captain Dennis Dawson of the Baltimore City Fire Marshal's office informed Mr. Kennedy that the establishment was being closed due to multiple safety concerns, including overcrowding, blocked means of egress, indoor smoking, and the use of a portion of the building not authorized under the establishment's fire permit. BLC issued the violations to the establishment. The premises was subsequently closed by the fire marshal, and the task force left without further incident.
Any questions?
No, thank you.
Okay. All right, mitigate.
Yes, thank you very much. Mr. Freeman, the current licensee, is to my left. I've known him for a couple of years. He's run this bar for a couple of years. The only problem he had was a payable fine for apparently not having purchase records around and a trader's license. And that was, I don't know when that was. That was about a year into the ownership of the bar. He had operated that bar with a management agreement for quite some time prior to taking over. So he's been a part of that establishment for years. My good friend Casey used to run it, Darker Than Blue. And anyway, it's been an ongoing concern without too many neighborhood problems for a while. What you have in front of you here is obviously cause for concern to the community, to the liquor board. Because it seems like a lot going down in a short period of time. What we have are the two applicants who you met last month during a hardship extension request and during the transfer hearing, who don't have a lot of experience in the industry, but are getting a trial by fire here. And the first rule, I don't know why, but it has to be learned, and that is no hookah ever. No hookah ever. We talk about this, I feel like, every month. This goes through this board, echoes off the walls here, but no hookah ever. That lesson is learned.
Council, is no hookah. No hookah, Council.
The ghost of no hookah needs to come through the place. So it's not happening. Just can't do it. That was on them. Not by strict liability, but because they thought mistakenly that they were able to do With respect to the March 21st incident, they fell victim to another pothole especially for new ownership, and that was allow somebody to have a private event where the management wasn't exactly on site. They know that they have live entertainment, and live entertainment is not adult entertainment.
Is that
Also-
the picture up there from the,
Do we have a picture?
I don't think we can show that on Charm TV.
Yeah, much better than my internet. Yeah.
No, I'm just trying to see where we are with the evidence that's on the screen, but that was funny. But all right. So you're saying that
yeah, they
there was a manager there that night? Can I hear more?
There was somebody there affiliated with the applicants, but obviously when there's a nude person in the premises, that's not great administration. That said, they will never rent out or have a private event again. They understand that the hit and run nature of some of these private events, that I rent your place, I give you a couple $100, and then I run the suspension off your car off the road, and then give you the car back and let you deal with
And
the
this was
mechanic and the
3 a.m. Is there?
yeah. And that, again,
I know this is a
that's-
hard one for you because
It is because I really respect Mr. Freeman. I really have some optimism for these guys. But yeah, it's definitely a big it's a big salad of the things you're not supposed to do, and you certainly want to get your name on the license before you start racking up issues. And Mr. Freeman's not happy because these are occurring under his licensure. That said, we're glad Sedmont representatives are here today. Everything's moving so fast today, we didn't really get a chance to talk, but we're going to talk in the hall afterwards because it's possible that we need to put some things, memorialize some things like no private events. You can't do that. And acknowledge that they understand, I think that acknowledgement to be clear here today, that hookah is not permitted, adult entertainment is not permitted, past 2 a.m. is not permitted, et cetera. So, but these are basic things. And again, so much of this, except for the hookah, goes back to when you let somebody else think that your bar is their private party room because people don't care. Sometimes your employees don't care. The only person who's supposed to care are the owners. And the owners aren't able to know what's going on. It is strict liability. I know that much. And what happens in your place, you're responsible for. So,
do your clients want to speak, or do you want your clients not to speak?
I welcome them to speak because I
This is a
do
little
think they've
serious.
learned a lesson in it, and it's not over yet. So, do you guys have anything to say? You don't have to speak, but I think this board wants to know that this is not you, and this isn't what they're going to be seeing of you the next year that you're coming before the liquor board, right?
Yes.
Okay.
All right,
So
come
I
on.
told everyone before to raise their hand. Did all of you raise your hand?
Mr. McCallum.
So please just state your
Darryl
name.
McCallum, he's applicant.
Okay.
How you doing, sir?
All right.
So what we was experiencing being our first time pursuing this business venture, once we got access to it, we got stuck for like the first 6 months with no leaders' guidance on which avenues to take and which not to take. So we were just running off of a whim. Mr. Jeremy finally got in contact with us, let us know that he was getting contact to y'all. This is who we was running on because unfortunately our lawyer had got sick. So everything was like at a standstill. We was just running off of impulse, just trying to keep the doors open. So we just unfortunately made errors that now we is really paying for and just didn't have no knowledge of at the moment. Like we didn't know that hookah, honestly, we thought that hookah could be in the building, but not around the food. So we wasn't getting the proper education on what was known and what wasn't known, what to do. So respectively, we do take responsibility for what happened, but it wasn't like we was just being disrespectful to the community or to the liquor board. We just didn't have no clue.
Can you be more specific though on? I'm concerned with the after hours activity and the sexual practices violations on that date? Because these are not, because we see licensees that don't know the rules, that sometimes I understand when it takes a while to get things together and you have to try to make up money, so you bend the rules, which is still completely wrong. Normally, those are stair-step violations that they have, but this seems like you jumped off the ledge with this one. Is this something where you were there and didn't watch it? Did you have someone else that didn't watch? What happened?
No, honestly,
This is a big.
To be honest with you, sir, I didn't even know, me personally, about the violation. I didn't even know about the incident. Only thing I knew that we allowed the manager to rent the venue. So I wasn't even there, to be honest with you. It's my
And why
first time
don't
seeing
why
the
don't
pictures.
But why don't you know? And what
We left-
steps are you taking to make sure that this doesn't happen again? That's
Well, we're not even holding no more private events in that area anymore. And now that has happened, we'll go through the manager to let him know that he can't confirm any parties or anything going on in there unless we confirm it.
You had staff there though, right?
Yes, he was there.
But you had bartenders there also, right?
No, the party, the individual who had the party, that was their staff. That's who they.
You talking about in the back at the after hours?
So
Was your manager still there?
Yes.
Is your manager still on staff?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, Commissioner.
Because I don't want to steal her thunder. We don't want to say.
Well, no, it's not stealing the thunder. I'm troubled because do you know what kind of license you have? Do you understand what license that you have? Liquor
No.
license? You have a Class B. It's meant to be a dining establishment. So you have a food to alcohol ratio, but it's meant to be a dining. So you open up a business and you don't know what type of business you're running. That's a problem for me.
Was a private sign on the back? Was a private
Sorry?
event? Was anything saying it was private event? Was that?
On that day, I came in after the amount. The deputies can testify to what they saw. I did not see anything that said it was a private event.
Okay.
I know that they paid a door fee to get inside, an entrance fee.
But you're running a business, sir. And sir,
Did you?
and you are relinquishing your right to someone else that you don't know to come into your place of business and then violate the rules. So that's giving me pause to even, think about, are you even ready to be having a business? Honestly.
Understand.
We have been saying over and over that we're here as the liquor board and staff to offer guidance to our licensees. And honestly, I don't understand why people won't take heed and initiative to come to us beforehand, right?
That's right. Respectively, we made attempts to reach out for certain things, but wasn't getting no
Not
responses.
here. No. No, don't say that, sir.
You have a good counsel now.
Yes.
I think he can direct you. If you don't have his information, you need to speak to him. He can direct you.
Yes.
Yes.
It's up to your attorney.
Something, yeah.
My name is Jeremy Freeman. I'm the licensee. These are my good friends. That's why I turned the business over to them. This is their first time owning a business. Of course, if you ever owned a business in life, everybody make mistakes when you first start out. But when you make mistakes, you gotta learn from that mistake. So this is what is going on right now. They learning from their mistake. Good guys, mean no harm. It's things they didn't know. So that's all I wanted to say. They can run the business. They can do it all. It's just, it was things that they didn't know, they didn't have knowledge of knowing. So,
They're going to run the business as a restaurant?
yes.
You have a chef?
Yes.
We have good food.
We- yeah.
We just try to do too much, I guess.
Okay.
Okay. Yep.
Do we have,
You're going to finish.
yeah, did you have something
I
to
was
say
just
before?
going to make the statement. I'm Deputy Chester with Baltimore City Sheriff's Office. The night it entered, it was a cover charge of $10. So
But it didn't say it's a
it
private
didn't
event.
say it was a private affair or event separated from anything like that.
Thank you.
Thank you. State your name, please.
Kiana Hextall, we meet again.
Yes.
I'm the president of the Setmont Community Association. Let me apologize for not being in professional attire. Working from home makes you
fine.
lazy,
You're
okay?
Your husband not speaking today?
That's my bodyguard. He got me,
All
okay?
right.
I am familiar with Mr. Jeremy Freeman. When Mr. Freeman was running the business, he did have relationship with the community. And we also have an MOU in place. I don't know if you guys have that on file, but that MOU was implemented 2024. And there's multiple violations as it pertains to that MOU. There should only be karaoke and disc jockey is when it comes to entertainment. Also, no illegal drugs activity. The outdoor seating is only supposed to consist of 3 benches. And this is just some of the agreements that we've had within the MOU that's been violated. And to your point, talk about proper signage. It sounds like there was no proper signage. And it's not supposed to disrupt the residents of the community. So it sounds like the community and my neighbors had multiple 311s entered and 911s entered as well. What I also wanted to get on record and say was that I reviewed the previous liquor board hearing from May 21st, and in that testimony, it stated that Sedmont Association, the board was contacted, and we were fine with this exchange. Sedmont Association Board was not contacted. So I do want that to be documented. We were not contacted that this exchange was happening with the license. The way that we became familiar with it, and when I say we, meaning the residents, is just going back and forth, driving back and forth, seeing the name change on the door, it's open, it's closed, it's this, people hanging around out front. Just very different from what we saw when it was initially open. So that's why I hold concern as well. Just as Commissioner here stated, there's resources available for all entities to be privy to what you should be doing. And it is supposed to be a restaurant. And there has been several times that we, the residents, have attempted to support the business to go in and seat, to have a bite to eat, and it was not open during the day, where we've gone to try to go as a community to show collaboration. And it hasn't been open. And the after hours was definitely a no-no for the community as well. So I did want to get on board today, and I would appreciate if these gentlemen would communicate with us so that we can come up with something, because Mr. Freeman is very familiar with me and I am able to be reached, so. But I do want to say again that we were not reached out to on that docket where it's May 21st, where it says that Setmont was reached out to, and we did not have any problem with the license exchange. We were not contacted.
Okay. Is your client familiar with the MOU, or will they become familiar?
Yeah, Mr. Freeman signed the MOU.
Yeah.
And
But
I think we may need to do a new one, and they certainly will become familiarized with the terms because they're part of the creation of it. Unlike the liquor laws, they better know what's on the pizza they make, and that's what these MOUs are. I just want to throw out one thing that may not have been mentioned. Captain Dawson closed down the fire for the fire marshal's office. Closed down this establishment because of sprinkler issues on May 16th, May 16th. So they haven't been open for 6 weeks. They have been shut down while they are in the process of replacing sprinklers, which are enormously expensive. And The landlord at first wasn't going to split it with him, and now they're talking about splitting it. Depending on the amount that sprinkler costs, that may run them out of business right there. I mean, that just, they may fold, and Mr. Freeman may look for a new buyer for this business. So they need to get reopened. They're going to make any revenue, but they're not open right now. We need to definitely repair the relationship with Sedmont while we get those sprinklers going. But I thank you, and I hope you'll consider the expenses they're going to have with the sprinkler. And quite frankly, I mean, big lessons learned here, big lessons. And I'm sad that it takes this sometimes, but everyone who comes up here at this podium, I can tell you, they remember being here. I thank you.
Thank you. First of all, I want to, any other questions or comments before?
Just a comment before you go into your, I commend the new ownership for coming here and taking ownership of what you know need to be corrected. I think that's a start at this moment. Thank you.
So I want to start off, I'm glad you guys hired counsel, because I believe if you didn't have counsel, a whole nother outcome could have happened that I think would have been detrimental to your business. I think I do want to thank you for letting your clients at least speak. That you don't have to speak, but sometimes that does help us understand what happened and your mindset. But a few things that were said were true. I mean, this was a hard lesson. A hard lesson. This is a jump from a small violation to something that's on the side of violations that can close a licensee down, where we can suspend or revoke. You're on that side. I just want you to understand that. My inclination, after hearing and seeing what happened, was to go in that direction. I know you guys were trying to keep your doors open, and there were errors made. That's what was said on the record. And you guys are paying for your errors, and that's what you're going to do now. You're going to have to pay money now for your errors. And money's better than being suspended and revoked at this time, but you're going to have to pay for the errors that you made. And you're going to learn from this. You're going to learn from this, and hopefully this doesn't keep you guys shut. I do, based on the violation report, the proffer that was made by your counsel, the testimony that was given today, and the evidence that was admitted, and thank you for your testimony and letting us know. Hold on one second. Give me 1 second, please.
Minimum fine on the after hours, 1,000 minimum. That's new. That's probably
Making sure when it comes to this first violation, there is a mandatory amount. So the first violation is violation of Maryland Code Alcoholic Beverages Cannabis 12-2007A, after hours activity prohibited in licensed premises. Fine is $1,000 for that one. That happened on March 21st, 2026. That's mandatory. $1,000 on that one. Violation of Rule 4.152, sexual practices in the vicinity, on March 21st, 2026, $3,000 fine. Violation of Rule 2.081I, renewals, $250 fine. That was on May 16th, 2026. Violation of Rule 3.034, records, on May 16th, 2026, $250 violation of Rule 3.081B sanitation and safety. On this one, $500 fine for that. You're gonna have to, this is mine, commissioners have to vote also. Not as disturbed with the hookah, because a lot of people don't know that rule. But then why is there a bag of weed that's on the counter? Like, you're gonna have to tighten this whole ship up, or you're not gonna be in business. Okay? All right. Commissioner?
30 days to pay.
Yes, it's gonna be 30 days of pay. Mm-hmm.
And I'll ask for 60 if you'll.
Yes, I don't mind if it's 60 days. I don't mind. Thank you.
I concur with the chairman on violation of Maryland Code, alcohol beverages and cannabis, mandatory fine $1,000. The adult practice of violation of Rule 4.152, $3,000. Violation of 2.081I, renewals, $250. Violation of 3.034, records of filing, $250. And violation of Rule 3.081B, sanitation and safety, $500 fine with 60 days to pay.
I do find you in violation of Maryland Code, alcoholic beverages and cannabis 12-2007A, after-hours activity prohibited in licensed premises on March the 21st, 2026, and impose a mandatory fine of $1,000. I do find a violation of Rule 4.152, sexual practices and obscenity. And I'm in agreement to impose a fine of $3,000. I find a violation of 2.081I, renewals, for being open for business without a renewed license, and impose a fine of $250. I find a violation of 3.034, records, failing to provide a valid trader's license, and impose a fine of $250. And I find a violation of 3.081B, sanitation and safety, for having lit hookah inside of an establishment, and impose a fine of $500. I will sincerely suggest you make an appointment as soon as you leave the podium with our staff so you can be trained on what your license covers, what you're responsible for, your what we will hold you accountable. And I will certainly feel comfortable in putting on record, if you come before me again, I will be more than inclined to revoke your license.
I agree.
Okay.
Right. Ms. Russell?
I call zippers for the record. Board of Zipper 1, violation report Agent Tudhope, dated 3/21/26. 2, violation report Agent Tudhope, dated 5/16/26. 3 through 8, photos.
Yeah, please come see us and stay close to your counsel, because he's going to be the one that keeps you guys in business.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you.
Thank you, Counsel.
Carly J. Bales, New Lamondo, Inc., trading as Lamondo, 404 through 06 North Howard Street, Class D, beer, wine, and liquor license. Violation of Maryland Code, alcoholic beverages and cannabis articles, Section 12-2007A, after-hours activity prohibited in licensed premises on April 25, 2026. For engaging in after-hours activity, please come forward.
For the record, Melvin J. Kaninsky, representing the licensee.
Good morning.
Oh, it's
Morning.
Getting close to afternoon, isn't it?
I had to look, especially when you're up here.
This will be an admission.
So it's going to be, what? Wait.
From you, Counsel?
No hookah.
It's going to be a mission? Okay. Yeah. All right. You ready? All right, let's go.
Sorry. Agent Tudhope, Baltimore City Liquor Board. On April 25th, 2026, the Social Club Task Force, which included the Fire Marshal's Office, conducted a joint inspection at the establishment known as Lamundo, located at 442-406 North Howard Street, following up on a 311 received about the establishment operating past their 1 a.m. closure. Task force arrived at approximately 2 a.m. Upon our arrival, I saw people dancing in the street and gathering and blocking my car from passing. Once I parked my car, I observed a large group of people on the sidewalk in front of the established. Music could still be heard at an elevated volume coming from inside. I could see people inside, and live entertainment was still occurring. I made contact with the manager, Lucy Sands. I inquired if they were aware that the establishment was to be closed at 1 a.m. The manager stated they believed they would be able to open and operate past 1 a.m. if they weren't selling alcohol. I informed them that they could not operate past their hours of operation and instructed them to cease operation for the night. At approximately 2:25 a.m., BPD had to request additional officers to respond to the location to help disperse the large crowd. And I again made contact with the manager and instructed them that only employees could be inside and all other patrons had to leave. The manager complied and the task force left with the establishment without further incident.
Any questions?
No, and the manager's here.
Correct.
And they complied and so forth. What the situation is, this was originally set up years ago as to be a entertainment center at this location, and there was some confusion about once they had to have other kinds of live entertainment that goes on there. The question is, they now understand that they can't have anything after 1 o'clock. I talked to the licensee here that haven't been before the board before, that probably they should apply for a special entertainment license in that area because they qualify. They have live entertainment, and they would apply under Section 12-1103. I don't think there's probably 3 of those special entertainment licenses in the city. One is the Magic Place down there in South Baltimore. But they know to go ahead and do that, and they know that nobody can be in there. You're scrunching your face up because you don't think I can do it?
I'm concerned because in 12-2007, it doesn't list that as an exception, but we can talk offline.
No, and we've always talked.
Absolutely, yes, sir.
And and when they were saying dancing in the street, I was thinking about the song "Dancing in the Street," which is not all bad. But we understand that the crowd control and so forth, and they're making every effort they can. Understand that the penalty is a mandatory penalty, but I don't think you'll see them. And if we can try to correct that in the future with either chatting with Ms. Wurzberger or otherwise, we'll go forward.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Any comments or questions, commissioners?
No questions, Mr. Chairman.
No questions.
Based on your admission that you gave today, the violation report, proffer made by counsel, testimony that was given, and evidence that we already had in the record here on this matter, I do find a violation of rule of Maryland Code, Alcoholic Beverages and Cannabis, 12-2007A, after hours activity prohibited in licensed premises on April 25th, 2026. There's a mandatory fine of $1,000 that we must give on this, and you have 30 days of pay.
I concur with the chairman and the proffer made by counsel as well. A violation of $1,000 for violation of Maryland Code Beverage and the Cannabis 12-2007A, after hours activity prohibited in licensed premise on April the 25th, 2026, and impose a fine of $1,000 with 30 days to pay.
I am in agreement that I find you in violation of Maryland Code, Alcoholic Beverages and Cannabis, 12-2007A, after hours activity prohibited in licensed premises on April the 25th, 2026. Impose a mandatory fine of $1,000, 30 days to pay.
Ms. Russell.
Like cause of for the record, Board Exhibit 1, violation report, Agent Tudhope, dated 4/25/26.
Thank you so much.
Rajiv Pasi and Dhruv Sharma, Parkash D LLC, trading as Sunlight Liquors, 919 through 21 East Patapsco Avenue, Class A beer, wine, and liquor license. Violation of Rule 4.011, sales to minors on May 5th, 2026. Violation of Rule 3.092, restroom facilities and health regulations on May 5th, 2026 for selling ice and cups without having a health permit. Violation of Rule 3.082C, sanitation and safety on May 5th, 2026 for debris that had accumulated in front of the establishment. Violation of Rule 3.033, records on May 5th, 2026, failing to provide employee records when requested. Violation of Rule 3.02A, cooperation on May 5th, 2026 for failing to cooperate with Liquor Board staff. Please come forward.
Once again, for the record, Melvin J. Konetsky representing the licensee. And this will not be an admission.
Go ahead.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Inspector Bass Myers. On May 5th, 2025, at approximately 2:17 p.m., 2026, I arrived at Sunlight Liquors to conduct a routine inspection. Upon arrival, I witnessed a customer pay for Cutwater margaritas without being carded, although another customer was given the beverages. The younger customer paid for the beverages with his cell phone while the older gentleman collected the purchase. Once outside of the establishment, I saw the two people attempt to transfer the items from the older gentleman to the younger gentleman. I then informed them that that is not permitted. They both returned to the interior of the establishment. I then asked both customers and the store clerk to provide identification. The younger gentleman left expeditiously. This was a strong indicator that the youth...
All I'm going to object is to what is a strong indicator. It's a conclusion.
Oh, that's the same. You can skip that part.
Very well. The youth that were present were underage. I have witnessed young people immediately disperse when asked for identification while participating in underage assignments. The older customer showed his ID and was well over 21 years of age, and the store clerk said he had none. When asked to provide employee records, the store clerk stated that he did not have them and proceeded to call the owner of the establishment on the phone. Finally, the clerk presented identification. What he provided was a blurry work permit on his cell phone for first name Ankit, and his last name was listed as not given. The worker was non-compliant and very uncooperative. He continuously went back and forth with me while providing none of the documentation I requested. The badgering and the banter were totally unacceptable, especially when not in compliance. While inspecting the establishment, I observed trash and debris in the front, which is unsatisfactory. They have been previously warned about the trash several times in the past, and it will continue to be monitored. And the establishment was selling cups of ice without any health permit. The clerk was instructed of all noted violations: serving a minor, no employee records, uncooperative, no health permit, and unsatisfactory conditions. I then left the location without any additional incident.
Questions?
All right, so how old was the person who the alcohol was served to?
I'm sorry?
How old was the person that the alcohol was served to?
Which one?
Well, there was only one that you saw.
There were two.
Two purchases?
One purchase with two individuals.
So how old were they?
One fled very fast, so I could not get ID from him, and the other was significantly older. I believe he was in his 50s. I don't remember exactly.
And he had possession of the alcohol?
He did, although I witnessed him attempt to transfer it to the younger person.
But when he left the store, he had possession of the alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
And he was older enough. He was over 21.
Correct.
And the other person, you don't know how old they were.
The one that paid for it?
You do not know how old they were.
No, sir, because again, he fled the scene.
All right. And then along with that, you mentioned this ice in the cups. How much was it for sale for?
Again, The gentleman was very uncooperative. It was very difficult to get information.
Do you know what they were
That
selling
was
it
some of
for?
the information he did not provide.
So you don't know if they were selling it, they weren't selling it?
It would have been nice to know. Maybe had he complied with me, I would
yeah,
know.
I'm not just asking the questions. I'm just an old lawyer asking questions.
It appears.
Now,
Mr.
along with that
Ankit
is, how
needs
many
to
cups of ice did you say?
How many cups? The amount that you see in the picture.
Well, everybody's pointing. Well, just how many? It's an easy answer. 3, 4?
Looks about 8 or more.
And they had the lids on them?
Yes,
And
sir.
there was no signs that said ice for sale?
Again, Mr. Ankit was very uncooperative and did not answer many of my
Hey,
questions.
did you see a sign that said ice for sale?
I saw no sign.
Okay. And along with it, there were signs when you were buying other items there for sale, beer, liquor. They had a sign how much it was for, correct?
Some, not all. Not all products are labeled there.
And then, but there was nothing for the ice.
Again, some of the items were not listed
Now,
with the price, with the sales price.
and along with it, you mentioned the outside. What kind of debris did you see on the outside?
Lots of trash.
Like, tell me, like, when you say trash, are you talking about bags, boxes?
I did not catalog the trash,
And you
sir.
took a picture of it.
I took one, yes.
Okay. And
Although I can get more when I return. Hopefully it'll be clean this time.
I don't think I even asked that question.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know what the city did, put a trash receptacle there? Do you know that happened since then?
I'm not aware of that.
And in that area, there's 3 or 4 other stores next to the liquor store, isn't it? The convenience store, St. Mary's?
Those stores are facing the store to the left.
Yeah.
Much of the trash and debris is very much strewn along the right side of the establishment.
And there's debris in front of all those stores, is that correct?
Nowhere
Let me-
near
let me-
as
let me
much
show you-
as his
Let me
establishment.
show you a picture. You recognize that as where the liquor store is? Oops.
This could be seen as one of many.
Yes, but that's what the area looks like, right?
That's one picture, probably of many.
Thank you.
And you said you had a discussion with Mr. Ankit,
Yes.
and how did you know what his name was?
By the blurry picture he presented on his cell phone.
And his name is Ankit, correct?
First name, yes. Last name, not given.
His surname is Ankit, no first name given.
Are you correcting her or asking?
No, I'm saying was his surname or was it his first name?
Again, the ID was very blurry. It was difficult to tell.
Where are we going with this?
I mean, well, because there was a question what his cooperative and what his name was, and that's where I think some of the dispute was.
I don't know if there's a dispute with the name or the person. It's just
You know,
cooperative.
let me tell you something. I've been doing this 56 years. I've never had somebody didn't have a first name. I never. But I've got it now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know if you have to have a first name, you know? What did he show you? Did he show you this? What?
We'll show you on the screen, sir.
Okay.
Scoot over a little bit this way.
And again, this was
Scoot over some.
one of many arguments with that representative, which was totally unnecessary.
Just answering what he showed you. I mean, everyone saw
It's on the screen now.
Yeah, that's what he showed you. He says no name given, right? Is that what he showed you? And he says surname.
Yeah.
Was that one of the problems that he didn't have to ask him about his first name and there was no name given? No or yes?
One of the many, yes, sir. It's too bad I didn't get it when I asked for employee records.
And what did he say?
Did not have them.
He didn't have them. He did not have them.
Are you telling her or are you asking
No,
a
no,
question?
he said he did not have them.
You can ask a question.
No, no, I'm saying he said he did not have
They
them.
were not present at the establishment as they were
But I'm saying he said he didn't have them.
not
think she answered
available,
the
not
question.
present.
All right, fine. All right, let me further questions of this witness.
Do you have any other witnesses on our side? No?
No.
Okay. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Any questions
I do, but
at the end? No, do you have any questions?
Commissioner, oh, no, well, there were no, when you asked for documentation or the records, they didn't supply them.
No, ma'am.
Okay.
Well, you're saying they, it was only one person you were talking to.
No one supplied them.
No one supplied them.
Who else, was it more than Ankit there? That's all I want to know. Employee.
In the one employee,
That's it. You're saying none of them, you're
No,
saying they,
no
it was
one.
only one person,
no,
correct?
he did not provide
It
them.
doesn't matter. He's a person that works for the establishment, and if he doesn't have it, he can go to someone else.
But-
So I just want to get where you're going.
You said they, she said we.
Yeah.
It's only he.
That's okay.
Okay.
I think
No,
it's
no, I'm-
inconsequential to the violation.
Wasn't an English major, but I
Just
know.
want-
When the inspector you came to the premises and you asked for records, no records were presented.
No employee records.
He was the only person there.
He was the only salesperson there, yes.
All right. Mitigation?
No, I'm just going to testify.
Oh, testimony. Okay.
All right.
Let's get it going.
Put your right hand up.
Raise your right hand, please.
Do you swear or affirm under the penalty of perjury that the answers that you give and the statements that you make will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
And can you state your name?
Dhruv Sharma?
And you're the licensee, is that correct?
Yes.
And you've been a licensee here for how long?
Almost 12 years.
Okay, and let's go to the trash outside. Explain what the story is with the trash outside.
So we clean trash almost 3 times a day. Sometimes, the debris comes from wind or something, but we clean it 3 times a day. And after inspector citation, I request the city for a trash can, which they did put up. So it's clean all the time. I mean, she can probably check next time as well.
All right, and then what's the story with the ice in the cups?
So that's just personal. I mean, we never sell it. She never saw us sell it. We don't have any sign that says we sell it. It's always just few cups that we use, employees use. I use, my employees use, and that's it.
So where do you get the ice in the cups from?
From next door?
From St. Mary's?
Yes.
Well, St. Mary's is selling ice in the cup. Various different receipts.
But you do give them out, though.
No, sir. We don't sell them.
I didn't say sell. You give them for free?
No, we don't sell them. It's just for us. We use it personally, like for soda or something. We don't sell them.
Can you put it back on the screen? The ice.
Looks like more than 8 to me, but
And that,
Yes, sir.
and the
Hot ice.
items beside it, are those items sold?
Those, yes.
The dailies?
Yeah, that's the alcoholic dailies.
Okay. Are there other things in that freezer that's sold?
No, sir.
Just the dailies?
Dailies.
But the ice is not sold?
No, sir.
That's dailies and employee ice
Yes.
freezer.
I use it too.
For what?
Just sodas. Like after we stock up stuff, if we feel how we just use it for our personal stuff.
Okay. That's your story.
And that's not a story, sir. That's a fact.
so
There's no sign that says.
sanitation-wise, it should be employee food items should be separate from foods that should be sold. You do know this, right?
That's
Well, they don't sell food. It's a liquor store.
He just said that it was for employees.
No, ice in the cup.
Just the
Employees'
ice in the cup.
items must be held separately from items that are sold. That's a sanitation issue.
I don't think that's,
Yeah, well, I do,
well, if,
counsel.
if somebody brought their lunch,
Yes,
put it in the refrigerator where they have the
a
other,
separate refrigerator, counsel.
and now that they ask the, is anybody here from the health department? No, there's nobody here from the health department.
It's the liquor board, counsel.
No, I know, but
You're aware of that.
There'd be a
Yeah.
health violation, and I'm not authority, and I don't know.
Well, I am. I'm ServSafe certified, sir.
So that you're,
Okay.
So if you're doing
So-
it, then you shouldn't.
There are multiple ways to get to this violation. So,
Yeah.
I mean, this is one, so this is one way
I'm
of
just
doing it.
stating, he gave an answer, I'm replying, and if it's an employee's lunch, ice, food, anything that they're consuming, it has to be separate
But
from the public.
Assuming that it's true, though, first. Assuming that it is the employee's ice.
And assuming
That's the
that there was
first
only
step.
one person working that day, Inspector, you said it was one person
Yes, sir.
working that day, not a group of people,
No, sir.
not a group of staff, just one person.
Yes, sir.
Do you have any more mitigation?
no, I was still talking. But Safe Serve doesn't apply to liquor stores. I don't want to make a record here. We're saying because Safe Serve does not apply to liquor stores that do not have a health department permit. They don't need it.
Okay.
And how long has Mr. Onkit been working for you?
Almost a year.
And he's certified? You got him certified?
Yes, sir.
And here's another one. I got you him certified, Mr. No name given Onkit.
Yeah, that's his full name.
I'll give one to him.
No, it's email. Is that something else you need? Is that evidence also? Is that personal? Is that personal mixed in with your business?
Somebody owes me money.
Okay. I think it is. All right, so this is a certificate of completion by no name given. Yeah, it really does say that on here.
Yeah, no name given Onkit. It's got to be a first. I don't know if you have something that is different. I'd like to see it.
What date was this?
June 17th.
No, that's expires June 17, 2030. It doesn't show the date that it was issued.
Mr. Chair, those are traditionally issued for 4 years. So if it's expired in 2030, it would have been issued this month.
It was issued the 17th this month.
And this violation happened on what day?
May
You're asking-
I'm asking- let me-
2026. May 5th, 2026.
Okay.
What is this?
All right.
And
So
there
was this, are you still asking questions? Was this done recently? Was this done this month? Okay, and this was done after? Okay.
And you have employee records, is that correct?
Yes.
All right. And where's the Mr. No Name Onkit from? What country?
India.
All right.
You want it?
I'll make that exhibit. Okay.
We got it.
Okay. And there was an issue with an air conditioner or something?
An air conditioner?
Did you see, was there a report there was an air conditioner sitting on the floor or something? Is that an issue?
Mr. Kadensky.
Are you asking your client
No, I'm asking
questions? Are you asking your client questions or what? At this point, this is the point where you ask your client questions, and if you're finished, then you can do your mitigation.
An air conditioner being delivered there?
No, I saw the picture with the packet. So that was it said with the trash there was like I saw boxes in the picture, but that was an AC that was delivered.
An AC that you had delivered that was going to be installed,
Yes.
is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
That was in the back of the store though.
And you don't sell ice and cup?
No, sir.
And you don't have a health permit?
No, sir.
You have any other questions? Are you
No,
finished?
I'm going to wrap it up and say, there's no evidence that there's any sale to any minor in this case. We don't have anybody's ages in the case. It would have been simply easier to go ahead and do that. Regarding the issue of the trash and so forth, you got pictures of there's trash all over the street. Most of the time, they go out 3 times a day and they pick the trash up. They finally got the city to put a trash basket out in front. They don't sell ice, and there's no signs that they're selling ice. There's no evidence of any sale of ice in cups to anybody. Showed evidence that they buy ice down the street from St. Mary's, and they keep it up there for the employees. I think there was an issue regarding the cooperation with Mr. No Name Onkit. I think there was a confusion as that they were saying that's his first name, then it wasn't. None. It's his surname. There's no name, first name, and I think that was some of it. Other than that, they're compliant and they do have the employee records. Though they did not have them that day, I'll admit that.
Any questions, Commissioners?
No more questions.
So what is the policy for carding?
We card anybody under 40.
So how do you know who's under 40?
I mean, if somebody looks under 40, then we card them. If they look over 40, we don't. I've been doing this for almost 12 years. This is my first citation ever. We always follow the rules, and we never, make anything wrong. We don't break laws, at least not try to.
You had an employee though working, so and employees do make mistakes, so we want to make sure that we understand what really happened on that day, okay?
No.
Okay. Well, based on the violation report, the proffer made by counsel, testimony that was given, the evidence that was admitted into the record beforehand and during this hearing, I do not find a violation of Rule 4.011, sales to minors, on May 5th, 2026. On violation, and that was on May 5th, 2025. I do find a violation of Rule 3.092, restroom facilities and health regulations on May 5th, 2026. I issue a $500 fine. I do find a violation of Rule 3.082C, sanitation and safety, on May 5th, 2026. I do issue a $500 fine on that one. I do find a violation of Rule 3.033, records. I do, on the same date, on May 5th, 2025, I issue a $500 fine for that one also. And I do find a violation of Rule 3.02A, cooperation. I do issue a $500 fine on that one also. That happened on May 5th, 2026. I do not believe that this, the ICE was just for employees. I think that there are a few like red herrings in this case. We made a lot of attention was put on things that do not apply to whether or not there was a violation. I understand the smoke screen, and you have good counsel with you right here. But whether there's a sale or not, doesn't matter. Whether the name issue it didn't matter in this matter. There were violations that did occur. We did not have the age of the person that purchased or that purchased the alcohol, so there's no violation on that one, and counsel was right on that one. And 30 days to pay.
I concur with the chairman on violation of Rule 4.011, sales to minor. I do not find a fine for that one. I do find a fine for violation of Rule 3.092, $500 fine. I do find a violation of 3.082C, sanitation and safety, a $500 fine. I do find a violation of 3.033, records failing to provide employee records when requested, a $500 fine. I do find violation of 3.028, cooperation for failing to cooperate with our inspector, and a fine of $500 with 30 days to pay.
I'm in agreement. I do not find a violation of Rule 4.011, sales to minors. I do find a violation of Rule 3.092, restroom facilities and health regulations for selling ice cups without having a health permit, and impose a fine of $500. I do find a violation of 3.082C, sanitation and safety, for debris accumulated in front of the establishment, and impose a fine of $500. I do find a violation of 3.033 records, failing to provide employee records when requested, and impose a fine of $500. And I do find a violation of 3.02A, cooperation, failing to cooperate with our inspector, and impose a fine of $500. 30 days to pay.
Ms. Ross.
Call Exhibits for the record. Board Exhibit 1, Violation Report Inspector Bass Myers, dated 5/5/26, 2 through 3, photos, 4 through 5, premise photo, exterior, 6, work permit, 7, social security card, 8, receipt, and 9, alcohol awareness.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
William Walker, the Walker Sports Bar LLC, trading as the Walker Sports Bar, 902 South Charles Street. Class B beer, wine, and liquor license. Violation of Rule 4.14, live entertainment without authorization on May 5th, 2026. Violation of Rule 3.02A, cooperation on May 15, 2026, for being combative towards Social Club Task Force staff and ordering them to leave the licensed establishment. Violation of Rule 3.02A, cooperation on May 2026, for being combative towards Liquor Board staff. Please come forward.
Please raise your right hand.
Do you swear or affirm under the penalty of perjury that the answers that you give and the statements that you make will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Can you state your name?
William Walker.
Mr. Walker, you don't have counsel today.
Nope.
Really? You're going to testify, are you going to move forward with the hearing today on your own without counsel?
They got the body cam footage, right?
I'm just asking, do you want to go forward without counsel?
Yes.
I just want it on the record, okay? There are two ways to proceed. You can make an admission to the violations, or you can ask for a full hearing where we hear the evidence and make a determination after hearing the evidence.
I'll go with the first one.
Okay, you're going to admit to all of these?
To admit?
You're going to admit to all the violations?
No.
Okay, so you want, the second one is to have a hearing where we hear the evidence and determine if there's a violation. You want to go with the second one?
Second one.
Okay. You ready? Has everyone been sworn in from before? Okay, let's start.
Good afternoon, Inspector Zain Nazir, Baltimore City Liquor Board. On May 5th at approximately 10:30 p.m., Inspector Jordan, myself, and members of BPD responded to Walker Sports Bar for a 311 complaint for loud music. Upon arrival, we did find that the music to be an acceptable level, but further our inspection, Inspector Jordan encountered a DJ setup and DJ actively playing on the second floor. She informed the establishment that a violation will be issued because live entertainment is not permitted on the license, and we left without further incident. And we have a video to show of the DJ. And I'll be right here. It's a quick video, but
Can you play it one more time since it was so short?
And I'll be right here.
I hear the music playing.
Sounds like Drake.
All right, so that's the first violation. Any questions?
Nope.
Okay. We'll go on to the second violation.
Agent Tuttle, Baltimore City Liquor Board. On May 15th at approximately 10 p.m., the Social Club Task Force conducted joint inspection at the establishment known as Walker Sports Bar, located at 902 South Charles Street, regarding a referral from DHCD concerning outdoor consumption and exterior sanitation complaints. Upon our arrival, the task force met with Mr. Walker, who provided us with all the required documents. At that time, Housing Special Investigator Brothers instructed Mr. Walker to remove all covering obstructing the windows and interior view of the establishment. Mr. Walker had previously been issued a citation instructed by Investigator Brothers to remove the covering. Upon hearing these instructions, Mr. Walker became irate and ordered the task force to leave the establishment immediately. He stated he would not remove the window coverings until any other nearby establishments were instructed to do the same thing. Mr. Walker then walked to the door, shouted, and opened the door for the task force to leave the establishment, and continued acting in a combative manner towards all involved agencies. Agent Tuttle attempted to speak to Mr. Walker regarding cooperation with other agencies. At that time, an unidentified female stepped between myself and the door and stated that Mr. Walker did understand and that he just needed to calm down. The task force exited the establishment without further incident.
Any questions on this violation allegation on May 15, 2026?
Is they able to play the body cam footage? Because when it came to me, the officer said that it was being recorded, correct? I barely said anything to them. I walked over to the register where the picture frames was at. They got all the license. I dropped it off. The lady, I don't know her name in the back. Her and I guess the lady Capri.
Before we get to that, do you have any questions?
No, I don't. I just want to know why they're lying on the paper because that's not what happened. If you can play the body cam footage, you will see. I barely said anything to them.
We're going to have your testimony, okay?
Hi, I'm Tamika Brothers from the Department of Housing and Community Development. I'm an investigator. I work for the Social Task Force. I was there that day. I did ask him to remove the coverings because he has white coverings covering the entire window. I tried to explain to him the safety of it all, like if the police were responding or the fire department, they can't see in as they going into a problem. He didn't want to hear. He said he's not removing it unless the other businesses around him are removing it as well. And we exited the property.
Was he given a violation in the past?
I did speak with him in the past about it. The fire department.
You never spoke to me.
Let her finish. You can ask questions after she goes, okay?
You don't remember me being there before?
Can you guys speak to me until it's time for questions asked?
Yes.
Can you do that from now on? Say yes?
Yes.
Okay, and you also?
We were there before. Well, I'm always on the Social Task Force. I'm there every single Friday. And we have been to this establishment before. I was there with the live entertainment that day. And we told him how it was well, not specifically him. He's right about, I didn't say it to him. I said it to his manager that was on duty at the time. It was a female. And she said, okay. She pretty much brushed us off, to be honest. And after that, when we went back again, it was there. So I said it to him. And he brushed me off and said he will not remove it unless the other businesses around him remove it. Okay?
Is that in violation of any of
It's
the
a
rules?
violation of the housing code, yes, it is.
Okay.
Because you must not cover more than 50% of the window in a business. And
Any business?
Any, and not any business. If it's a like a clinic for PPI purposes, you can, but not
A restaurant.
A restaurant, no, sir.
Okay, any questions, follow-up questions? For her?
No, I don't have nothing to say to that.
Okay, so we have one more violation date?
There's the photo.
That's the photo right there?
Of the window coverings.
Okay.
That's not 100% because then this little window you can see right there, the whole window is not covered.
But more than 50% of your windows are covered.
Okay, now.
Mr. Walker, I have to jump in.
Can I?
Go
Because
ahead.
across the street got the same thing, and I'm just confused.
You're gonna have your turn, though.
Okay.
Everybody's gonna have turn. You're gonna have your turn, okay? Go ahead, Commissioner, you have something to say?
Last time you was here, Mr. Walker, I personally came down to your establishment because I felt your energy. However, you wasn't in violation of anything. You closed when you said you was gonna close.
11 o'clock.
You was closed. You ran a perfect ship. So I'm just a little confused that you're back.
So can I just say something? This is
Hold
my
on,
thing.
one second. And you know, I know you can be emotional and all that stuff, but you're here to run a business. And being emotional, you can't be in business being emotional.
I understand what you're saying. It's not about being emotional. At the end of the day, it's about your delivery. It came down there on the 5th.
We're gonna get to you on that, okay?
Oh,
Can we get the last violation on May 20th, 2026? Or you're gonna have all the time you want to speak, okay? Do you hear me? You'll have all the time to speak.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Good morning, Commissioners. David McGinnis, Chief Inspector, Baltimore City Liquor Board. On May 20th, 2026, I became aware from our in-house accountant that Mr. Walker's certified checks for his license renewal and his previous violation were stop payment by Mr. Walker, and as such, those checks did not clear. At that time, Mr. Walker was contacted and advised he needed to respond to the Liquor Board office by 4:15 that day with money orders for the license fee, the violation fee, as well as two $30 return check fees.
Agent Chase, Baltimore City Liquor Board.
I was in the administrative area behind the glass near the entrance when I observed Mr. Walker approaching the window at 4:14 p.m. Mr. Walker came in waving money orders and stated, "Bling, bling, bling, bitches be mad." Admin staff took his money order and asked Mr. Walker to have a seat. Moments later, the DES and the admin staff approached the front window to inform Mr. Walker about the problem with his payments and what he needed to do to fix the money orders. Mr. Walker then leaned into the window and rolled his eyes and asked the DES while the admin staff was standing there, "And what you looking at?" in a very condescending tone. The DES said nothing and instructed Mr. Walker if he did not fix the money order by tomorrow morning, he would get a cease and desist poster placed on his establishment.
Any questions for her?
Nope.
All right, now it's your turn.
Okay, so we're gonna start with the first thing. The whole May Cinco de Mayo DJ, talked to the promoter, I told him that he wasn't supposed to have a DJ, cool. I came back with shredded cheese, trying to run around. That's fine. The second incident is you never said anything to me about that. It's the way your delivery. When you came into the establishment, I barely said anything to you guys because I already know the routine. Went over to the window, where I went up to the cash register where the frames was. I put it on the table. You and the lady Capri, y'all had words. I guess you used to work with y'all. That didn't say, y'all was going back and forth.
Who are you talking to?
Her name was Capri.
Who are you talking to?
Yeah, housing. However, it was she asked the question, why do you guys keep coming down here? I moved to the side because I know the routine. You guys proceeded to walk to the back to go upstairs. There's lights off upstairs. We had 28 people. Why I know we had 28 people? Because we got the clicker. You came to me and said, this is how you said it. You need to take that off the front window. It's your delivery. When they came in here on the 5th, they was very respectful. I didn't have no issue, no problem. Once again, like I came here last time, if you come to an establishment where I'm paying $50 overhead, you're not talking to me in any type of way. And then what I did say, I said, I'm not taking it down. I said, did you tell across the street to take it down? Do you tell the apartments to take it down? Do you tell the door, 2 doors down to take this down? Did you tell the bars up the street to take this down? I got pictures. It's the same thing. Yes, that's how he was.
Okay.
So these are my pictures. I just want to know if I'm confused.
What is that a picture of? That you're
This
showing
is
us?
a bar and establishment.
No, is this your establishment?
This is mine.
Why are you showing us another establishment?
Because they're directly across the
it
street.
does.
What's the difference between ours? I'm so lost.
We're here on your violation. It's like if you
doesn't
get
make-
caught
that's
doing
my-
something illegal and 18 other people on the same block that are doing something illegal, you can't look at them and say they didn't
So
get
what's
caught.
this is what I'm gonna know.
Let's
What's the
stick to
difference?
this violation.
So what's the difference?
No, we're on your violation. You don't know if they were violated or not, do you?
I asked. Yes, that's why I'm trying to figure
It
out.
has
What,
nothing to do with your case. You have to defend whether or not you violated on these specific days. So I want you to defend those. I want you to stay
so it's not
focused.
50%.
I want you to stay focused on the
But we
violation.
took it down.
date.
If that's what I want. We took it down. So this is my thing. The reason why she didn't ask the reason why. The reason why we had to cover up because the females felt like somebody was watching them while they was counting the money because the register was right there. Now if something was in that case that happened, then that's another problem. So what I did was where the register is at, I kept it on that side, and the other side is all taken down.
See, that's better. You're telling us exactly what happened and how you rectified the situation, and you even gave us a reason why you did it, even though it
She
was the
didn't
wrong
answer
reason.
the reason. She just
No, it's not about
deliberately
that.
said you need to take this down. You did.
What did I say? What did I say?
If I could take
What did I
accountability
say?
for how I talk.
Stop. Everybody stop. Everybody stop.
Man.
Everybody be quiet. I said, when it's time to ask questions to the other side, that's when you can talk to someone else. Other than that, all commentary needs to be directed to this dais. Do you understand that?
Right. So
Do you guys understand that also?
Yes.
No more talking across.
When she came in, just like they came on May 5th, and it was very respectful. You respected me, I respected you. It was no argument. They came in, I said, oh, I didn't know he had a DJ. I talked to him, I said I was not supposed to have a DJ. He said, when the fine comes, I'll pay for it. Cool. Went back downstairs, gated, cooked the shredded cheese or whatever, because my focus wasn't on that. Going to the second thing, when they came in, as extra as they is, coming in on like that, it's like, okay, cool, let's not make a scene. Let me go over to the register to get the 5 picture frames that has the license. I set it on the table in the back. I walked away. The guy said, where's the date? I said, well, you do this frequently. You know where the date is at on the picture frame. I wouldn't know. It's like the officer explained to me that the body cam was on. Okay, cool. While they was doing that, I went to the back. One of their guys needed to use the bathroom. I said, you can use the bathroom. In the midst, every time that they come in, customers want to leave. They say, oh, it's a lot of shit going on here. We don't need to be here. That's embarrassing. So yes, I said, well, y'all got everything that y'all need. Can y'all please leave? All the extra stuff, that's like, it's like antagonizing. Leave. I'm asking you to leave. You got everything that you asked for. Why are you still here?
What about the third one? It sounds like you're saying these things did happen. On May 20th, 2026.
When I came in and when I came in the office, I was on the phone with her. I'll play it for you.
With who?
This lady behind me, Jasmine. I was on the phone with her. It was raining that day. She like, you think we still gonna be bumping? I said, yeah, bling, 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 bitches mad. As I had to check. Now that explains why you gave me that face, and I didn't say what you looking at. I said, well, why the face? Zoe said, oh, that's not the person you want to get it into it with. And I said, well, I'm grown. I'm here to handle business. And you stated yourself, you said you are grown, and you did it wrong, and you told me how to do it the proper way. Me coming in the liquor board saying, oh, bitches is mad. I don't care who's behind the window. I came down here and paid what I had to pay. You guys literally gave me 20 minutes to come down with a money order. So why would I come in? I'm on the phone with her. We're laughing. My mind focus is not to say who's behind here and y'all mad. I don't know y'all to be mad. So what I say y'all would be mad for? But once again, you thought I was talking to you, and now I see why you gave me that face that you gave me. Because I said, well, what's wrong with you? Why you make that face? Right or wrong?
You can't ask questions.
I don't know her name.
You can't ask questions.
Okay.
You-
And that's it.
That's it? Okay. Commissioners, do you have questions before I ask any questions?
Not at this moment.
Mr. Walker,
Yes.
you want to be in business.
Mm-hmm.
You want to have it stay in business, yes.
Mm-hmm.
And you have a liquor license.
Mm-hmm.
Are you able to follow your liquor license requirements?
Yes.
Are you able to do that?
Yes.
So as part of what we do as a liquor board, we have routine inspections. We also come to businesses when there are 311 calls made to us. And we also work with the task force to make sure that our licensees are in compliance. That's what our business entails. We're required to do these things. Okay? So, if you provide the documents that are requested, there are no issues. If you comply with the rules, there will be no issues. So I'm looking at it and you're telling me it's not more than 50%, but I see it's covered more than 50%.
It's not anymore.
Okay. So do you have pictures to provide that you have made those changes that you can share up?
Yeah, a video yesterday.
Okay.
And this is what you should have focused on when you come here.
It's a video?
You point to your windows.
Yeah, because I haven't been to your establishment, so.
So it's the same windows there.
So that's 1, 2 windows. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 windows.
Okay, but I do see the same
Let me see.
pattern or something that's here. Is this your window as well?
Yes.
Okay, so,
So on the two left windows, they're still up.
Right.
Completely, but on the other windows, on the one all the way to the right, half of it is still up. I can see from the picture you gave. This was taken on June 17, 2026 at 8:26 p.m.
Mr. Chair, I can testify that I passed there on Friday and Saturday night, and he has removed some of those.
I see some of them have been removed.
all right.
Some steps have been made.
Okay. So if you're worried about the safety of your staff, then I would suggest you move and count the money somewhere else in your business.
That can't happen.
Why?
There's nowhere else. The wire.
You don't. So you don't have an office
No.
in your business.
Okay.
All right. So, okay.
I mean, it's your job to find a solution, not ours.
Right. I'm trying to help you.
No, I
She's
understand.
trying to be
but-
very helpful too.
Yeah.
You know, because this is the second time you've been before us. And so, you come, you provide your testimony in a way that you portray us as badgering you.
So what do you call it?
And so, well, I think there's some misunderstanding, and maybe because you're not fully aware of what your license covers and what we do, you are
So when
making
I-
it difficult.
No, so when I asked why are you guys here, and they never gave me a reason. I asked 3 different times, and once Capri asked her, then she had a reason. If I'm asking, you're coming to me in my establishment, I'm saying, what was the reason? Y'all not giving me a reason. Oh, just go get you telling me we just need to see your credentials first. The same thing that happened last time. Why are you not telling me why you're here?
To
I'm
see
just
your
asking-
credentials.
Right.
Right, but before that, you're not telling me why. You just coming in, barging in, and I'm saying, well, what happened today?
It's not barging in, sir. We
some-
can
okay,
stop
cool.
it. I can go, sir. Listen to me, Mr. Walker.
Mm-hmm.
I have a badge. I can go into any establishment and ask to see documents.
Okay, cool.
That is our right to do so.
Damn if I do, damn if I don't. I'm
No,
never
we-
going to win with it. So
I want you to
guys are right.
be in business.
And I appreciate
and
it.
you
I'm
have
just here
to
to pay the fines because
follow.
anything that I try to say is never gonna. It's just.
Well, no,
It's
I'm
not.
looking at evidence, though.
Yeah.
That's how I'm making my rulings.
So can
I'm ready
Is
to
it
make
a
a
way to
ruling on
make
this. No, I'm ready to make a ruling on this case already. So, did you have anything else to say before I make my ruling?
I would just say this one more thing, Mr. Walker. You have to learn, people are here to do their jobs. You might not like it, might not agree with it, but we all here to do a job. And that's a fundamental thing that, can't be about feelings.
Gotcha.
We're here for the safety of the citizens of Baltimore City. Okay? Just as you were concerned with the safety of your staff, I'm concerned with the safety of my staff. When these things happen, where you take steps to be combative, when you show unregulated emotion, these things can put my staff in danger. When you come into our office and say certain things that makes our staff feel unsettled when it comes to their safety, those things are very important. You complained that when the task force came in, they were disrespectful. I'm quoting what you said. They're being extra. You said that. But when I hear the behavior that you had on those same dates, it sounds like you were being the exact same way as you are claiming the task.
Play the video back.
This is time for you to listen, not the time for you to talk. Okay. You were being smart. You were irritated. I can understand. I can understand when a group of people come in, and we've had conversations about this in the office on manner of which and how things are done to make sure that it's done in a respectful way. But agencies will come into your establishment. Last time, I think you said you're new to the area. Is that true? And that you didn't know all the rules and regulations. You can't have that excuse over and over and over again. That's not going to work when we keep seeing violations come from your establishment. You can't demand agencies that have the right to come in and look at your establishment to make sure that you're doing the right thing. You can't just demand for them to leave because you didn't hear the right nicety when they entered the establishment. That's just not something that can be done. That's a violation. That's why you're getting these violations of not cooperating. That's why you're getting violations of not abiding by the rules and regulations of the agencies in Baltimore City. So you do need some help. And we seem to try to offer help even here on the bench, my colleague, and it seems like you're not trying to listen, and it sounds like you're not trying to understand, to try to make the changes that are necessary. And that's what we want to hear. When you do have violations, we want to hear that you do understand that you violated and you did or didn't understand it initially, and that you are going to make affirmative steps to make changes so you won't be here again. What's happened today doesn't seem like you are listening or giving solutions that will make sure that you're not here again. We don't have this violation. I almost wish we had a violation rule of comprehension, because that's what it sounds like. You're not comprehending. And it's not just, there are multiple things that we can do here. We can fine, we can suspend, and we can revoke. I know you said just give you a fine, but that's not what we're here for now. Like there are other things that we can do to your establishment. I do find a violation of Rule 4.14, live entertainment without authorization. I do issue a $500 fine on that one. That was on May 5th, 2026. I do find a violation of Rule 3.02A, cooperation, on May 15th, 2025, and I do issue a $1,500 fine for that. I do find a violation of Rule 3.02A, cooperation, on May 20th, 2026, and I do issue a $2,000 fine for that one. I'm also issuing a 5-day suspension starting tomorrow. I need you to understand what's going on. Now, my colleagues have to vote on this also, but that's how serious I feel your violations are. And if I heard that you were trying to make changes and that you were listening and trying, that would be a different story. Now, it's not your time to talk anymore. It's not your time to talk anymore. Commissioner, 30 days to pay. So,
Mr. Walker, we're here for you as well. However, you have to understand that we're here to govern the rules and regulations. And I do agree with the chairman on violation Rule 4.14, live entertainment without authorization, $500. I do find a violation of cooperation for being combative towards our staff, a $1,500 fine. On May the 15th, 2026. And also I do find a violation of 3.02A, cooperation for being combative to our staff on May the 20th, and a fine of $2,000. I'm going to give you 60 days to pay these fines.
Thank you. I'm in agreement. I find you have violation of Rule 4.14, live entertainment without authorization, on May the 5th, 2026. Impose a fine of $500. I find a violation of 3.02A, cooperation, on May the 15th, and impose a fine of $1,500. I find a violation of 3.02A, cooperation, as well, on May the 20th, 2026, imposing a fine of $2,000. I'm inclined for 30 days to pay, and I'm in agreement with a 5-day suspension starting tomorrow.
I concur. I'm agreeing with the 5-day. I didn't mention it.
Yeah. So the suspension would be Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. You can reopen on Wednesday, and you have 30 days to pay the violation. I'm hoping that this will make sure that you do educate yourself on the rules and regulations, that you do come in and have a conversation, and maybe just schedule that conversation, because we want to make sure that we have the appropriate staff when you come in here. And I need your mind to be right when you come in here and open. Can you hear me? I want your mind to be open when you come in here. I don't want to see you again in here. I don't want you to have another suspension or violation. I don't want you to have another fine. That's not what we want to do. Okay? Ms. Russell?
Michael Exhibit to the record. Board Exhibit 1, violation report, Inspector Jordan. 2, photos. 3, investigation report, Inspector Agent Tudhope. 4, stop payment receipts. 5, stop payment receipts dated 5/11/26.
Thank you, everyone, and thank you for your hard work.
We have one more.
You have one more?
They've arrived.
They arrived.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Come on up. Let's call your case.
I'm going to call it. And again, you weren't here, but I did apologize if I mispronounced one of the names. Zhang Ting Charles Cow and
Jason Rosario.
there Jason Jose Acevedo Rosario. Castle Seafood Inc., trading as Castle Seafood Restaurant, 3720 Potee Street, Class B beer, wine, and liquor license. Request to reopen under the provisions of the Alcoholic Beverages and Cannabis Article, Section 12-2203, wherein a licensed premises has been closed for at least 3 consecutive months.
Can you please raise your right hand and identify yourself?
I'm Jerome Moore. I'm the manager.
And he's going to swear you in next.
Do you swear or affirm under the penalty of perjury that the answers that you give and the statements that you make will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I did.
And what did you say your name was?
Jerome Moore.
Can you spell the last name?
Moore. Yes, Jason, excuse me, sorry for my parents. I was working on my zinc at the time when he called me.
You working on your zinc? Okay.
Yeah, I had my faucet leaking in the house. Yeah, Jason had called me, and I guess that he never was served for the hearing. He said he wasn't served, and he was like 2 hours away. So he asked me, could I come down and, I had some of his paperwork, and he texted me some of it.
Explain what's going on, and then you can.
Yeah,
This is a quick thing that you. So there was a letter that was sent in on April 2nd, 2026, and this letter is asking to request to reopen the Castle Seafood.
Yes, sir.
And is there anything you want to tell us about what's going on with
Yes,
it?
I brought it. Right now, the task force closed them because of some violations, and the fire marshal had closed them because of fire violation for the kitchen, and they gave me a paper showing that what all they needed to bring it up to code and everything, and he's been, he sent me the pictures and paperwork for the fire alarm systems and smoke detectors and the paper, he got a new security company, Alexis Rivera Security Company, and he's just trying to get everything, back to where it was at. Because the reason he was closed was, it's just my opinion, was the right reason. Mm-hmm. I know they ain't here, but I'm just saying I read the report, and if all that was going on, I'm his new manager. People he had in there first, they were gone. And me reading what they stated out, it was, what they did was correct at the time.
So everything's been fixed.
Everything's been fixed. The fire codes, everything. They got the alcohol awareness, the insurance. They're getting everything together. I'm just, he just didn't want to, since he was so far, he didn't want to miss the meeting because they said it was the second one.
And this is important because you're going to be the one that's there now managing the establishment. Is that correct?
Yes. And I'm not meaning to cut you off.
No.
The security company from Thursday through Sunday will have it all armed security. Well, from Thursday to Sunday will be 4 armed security. They got metal detectors. They got ID scanners at the door. And I had to ask one question: is there anything against the law to do 30 and over?
Well, you can have that conversation after.
Okay.
We'll have somebody that can talk to you once you walk out.
Okay.
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 All right, that's good. Hello. Can you raise your right hand and identify yourself and also get sworn in?
Do you swear or affirm under the penalty of perjury that the answers that you give and the statements that you make will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
You state and spell your name.
Sure. My name is Kevin Hodges. I'm a resident of Brooklyn, and I'm also here representing the Community Association.
Can you tell us what you're here to tell us?
Just to express the dissatisfaction from the community to keep the establishment open. I mean, the things that you mentioned sound great, but the reasons that get us here are the way they use the property. So in the letter, it's addressed to you from the president.
That's fine.
It just mentions again the episode where they had so many people packed into the place that it required Baltimore City Police Department, Baltimore County, and Anne Arundel County, and helicopters to disperse the crowd. It took 4 hours to clear it up. So then that's the real reason, is that they have a complete disregard for the community and for the rules of the board. And so I just have a couple questions to come and meet, because I wanted to revisit just to mention it again, so back for the October 23rd hearing, it was mentioned that there was a transcript from the November 24th hearing that the board said to the licensee that their license would be revoked if there were any additional violations. And so in that letter dated from Action Baybrook, October 21st of 2025, it listed all the then subsequent violations that instead of having the license.
Whose letter was that? I'm sorry, whose letter was that?
That was from Action Baybrook.
Okay.
And that was in the documents, I guess, submitted for the.
So recommendation, you're saying that they.
They came for the meeting on the 23rd. So instead of the license being revoked, it was just suspended. And so the other thing I would just like to mention is if that point of suspending it was to cause the owner some kind of financial difficulty, is that back for me? To cause them some kind of financial difficulty to teach them a lesson, then it happened during the coldest time of the year. So the problem is when the weather warms up and they want to fill the outside with all of these people. And then just to remember, on their liquor license, it says that the patrons outside have to be seated and served by a wait staff, and the people are just piled in. I mean, if some of you aren't aware of what the business looks like, I took these pictures yesterday of the outside of the restaurant. The only thing missing in that picture would be a crime scene tape and a chalk outline, because that is what's going to happen in that location if they don't follow the rules of the board. So then my only thing would be is if you meant to cause them some financial difficulty, then you should at least, if you're considering reopening, extend it into the warmer weather. And then my other question is, when I look at this Castle Seafood Inc. on SDAT, they are in forfeited, which means, and it said that they are, they're in a, when it's forfeited, now I'm just going blank, but they're not in good standing as a business. So when I do research, a liquor license that's revoked could be the reason that they're not in good standing. So I would just ask the board, if you would, to make sure that it's not more than just having their liquor license postponed that has put them in bad standing with the state, with SDAT. This is new to me, so please excuse me if I stammer a bit.
Yeah.
May I ask one question?
Hold on 1 second. You will be able to.
But then I know that this is just about reopening. The other thing, when you talked about safety of patrons, I just have this photograph. I want you to see the establishment. So they have a fenced-in portion, and one of those photos was a Google Earth shot that you can see of the enclosure. So if you look at that, in 2021, that fence around their enclosure was much lower. So now if there's an inspector or anyone from the community, that fence has gotten higher and higher and higher till now I believe it's probably 12 feet tall. And as far as I know, looking at the zoning codes for Baltimore City, that fence is too tall. It should put their patrons at risk if a fire would happen with a fence that tall. I see that it shouldn't be more than 8 feet at the most. So I guess I've said my piece.
I appreciate it. We need to hear these things. If you see violations, you should call our office or the appropriate agency so that they can come out. And we do have violations that correlate with if there are violations of other agencies, we can also violate. So I do thank you very much for your testimony.
I
And
appreciate it.
you do know why we're here.
Yeah.
But it is good for us to hear the community in these instances. So thank you. And what I do suggest is that you guys do talk, probably even before you leave. If this is the person that's going to be managing Mr. Moore, he needs to know some of these things. And also, Mr. Moore, you see you're coming into an establishment that has
issues.
Yeah, checkered past. So you need to make sure that you are in with the community. Some of these items that were said are some violations that we see with other establishments. And you don't want to be back here again. And I think you should also talk to our staff just to make sure if we go ahead and allow you to reopen, that you do this and start on the right foot.
Yes. And, I wasn't there back in October, November. I just came in here in March, beginning of March. And the outside, I guess the parking lot.
It's a dump.
It's a dump, yeah.
No
It's
sign
getting ready to be
broken out, but, it's.
And the inside the fence, if you want to see how inside the fence, you're welcome to come look inside.
No, I don't want to come.
Would you like to see it?
I would if you have
Go ahead.
if you have something here.
It has 8 fire extinguishers out there. It has 3 exits. You got sirens out there. You got fire alarm sirens out there. And believe me, you won't see, from what I understand, it was like 500 people there.
All I had to hear was armed guard and metal detectors to get into.
Yes. The inside, and trust me, it's a lot of different, and they have 30 cameras around there.
Here, you can take it back now.
Mr. Moore, it seems like you have, like the chairman said, you have some communication to do with the community if you want to not be here for any further incidents.
I understand, sir.
What is your experience, sir, operating
establishment? Well, I
establishment like this?
Yeah, I used to work at Shortstop for years. It was on Washington Boulevard. Then I worked at Carroll Station. I ran Carroll Station for a while. And I briefly worked up Mystics. But the crowd was just a little too antsy for me. I was a bounty hunter for 12 years, for Platinum Bail Bondsman. I have a small construction paving business, and I do catering too.
Have you?
I just say one other thing.
Did you submit a new menu or anything
No,
with your documents?
I haven't. We just finished the kitchen not long. Getting everything, correct in the kitchen because the kitchen looked terrible. But I haven't submitted the menu yet. But I will when But I took care of the fines and everything that they had put up. Because they had a hefty fine. I already took care of most of all that, and I'm trying to do everything in compliance.
Okay. Sir?
I just wanted to, when I saw that picture, one of the notes on the license originally was that the board would set how many seats they were able to have in an outdoor area. So does that look like the number of seats and tables there? Is that too many for maybe what the fire marshal would allow?
That's something that our staff can look at. That we're not here for that right now. But that is something that's very important to make sure that they are complying with the seating regulations and that the layout mirrors what was given to us initially. That would be what outdoor table service. We need to make sure that it mirrors that. So thank you. I appreciate you.
Okay. And I guess that I'll probably make a complaint with the zoning board to make sure that the fence isn't outside of the rules
You can
with
do
the height.
whatever you want on those things, okay?
Okay, and I just want to mention one other thing, that, good luck with your new job, but the establishment is in probably one of the poorest parts of Brooklyn. The people around it have to deal with the extra crime, prostitution. There's a homeless encampment that's just right across from them, and with already spread thin city resources, that business has caused a even bigger strain on the area. So, thank you for your time.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. All right. Based on the April 2nd, 2026 letter, the testimony that was given today, I vote to approve this request to reopen under the provisions of the Alcoholic Beverages and Cannabis Article 12-2203, wherein a licensed premises has been closed for at least 3 consecutive months, to reopen this Class B beer, wine, and liquor license.
I'm in agreement based on the written request and the information presented here today. I vote to grant your request to reopen.
I will, based on your testimony, agree that I will vote to grant you to your request to reopen, wherein the licensed premises has been closed for at least 3 consecutive months. And I hope, Mr. Moore, that you can make a big difference to this business.
My best shot, man.
And yes, good luck to you.
Yeah, good luck to you. I know this is going to be a heavy undertaking, so please take it seriously. And if you can, you guys talk, and also, Matt, you talk if you have time to talk today. Ms. Russell, this is the last time you're going to have to say this today.
I'd like to call exhibits for the record. Board Exhibit Number 1, letter from concerned citizens of Better Brooklyn dated 6/18/26, 2 through 4 photos and 5 fencing plan.
Mr. Chambers, I thought you had some guests here today. Did they walk out?
Summer camp hasn't started yet.
Okay.
All right.
There being no further business before this board, the board is in recess until Thursday, July 9th, 2026 at 10:30 a.m. We are adjourned.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.